we're like, wait till you get to Brisbane. Perth was good, Auckland was good, Melbourne was great, Sydney was great, but like 400 people coming to Brisbane?
So you guys need to bring it.
So how we're going to bring it is, what do we love to do at Freedom Days? Freedom Days. Well, we love to do money dance, but we actually just love to dance, right? Whether it's like with money, we can like get our money out and flush around, but I mean, whatever, we can just dance, right? So I'd love to invite everyone to get up and celebrate some high vibes with us. If anyone wants to come up on the stage, get up on the stage with us. Not everyone. So, let's get this party started.
Bring the energy a little bit more. Just a little bit more.
Alright, can you guys hear us or we're good? Okay, perfect. Okay, so, who's excited for today? Who still has no idea really what is going on with the changes, but you just know that you're at the right place, right time, you're excited? Awesome. The good news is that by the time you leave here today, you'll be well equipped with all of the knowledge that you need, and you will be excited. Everyone who has come to every other event has walked in going, yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on, but I'm excited. And then they'll leave like, oh my god, this is the best thing ever. So we're so excited for you guys for what is actually planned today. Now, before we actually get into the context of today, we have a very, very, very special opening ceremony for you guys. Something super, super, super special. So I'm not going to give you the details, because you're going to see it for yourself. But what I would like to do is welcome up two incredible people in our community, Maria White and Ramika Chin.
Morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome. Thank you very much. So what we just did was different to what many know as kamate, which is the famous one that everybody does across the world. Well, not everybody does. Right. So the one we just did was a welcoming from our people to so yeah, it's just a welcoming to say thank you, bless this space, and to set the space for a freaking amazing day.
Amazing. Thank you, Maria. That was so beautiful. Thank you, Ramika. Incredible. And Maria, what you didn't know was that Joe actually doesn't like hugs. So I love that you went right in there and you're like, I'm doing this. And that's what I've been doing. And he keeps telling me, hey, I'm not a hug person. But what I keep trying to tell him, guys, is that he's in Australia. And that's what we do. So just, like if you see Joe today.
400 hugs.
He's at the back. He's like, I've done enough. Love Australia and these hugs. We love you, Joe. We love you. But by the end of tonight, you'll be in a big cuddle puddle with everyone. The VIP party is actually a cuddle party for you. Alright, awesome. Yes. Okay. Guys, we want to introduce everyone up. So before I hand over to this very, very handsome gentleman, I would just like to give you the context of really what's been birthed in the last 2 years. So, who agrees that the people you surround yourself with is pretty fucking important? Okay, great. And who would agree, or who has heard that term, that you are the 5 people that you surround yourself with? You literally become that. So if you're hanging around people who are whinging, complaining, and victim, and toxic, and all of the rest of that, then there's a good chance that's going to rub off on you. And if you're hanging around people that are going for what they want in their life, they're going for their dreams, they are doing what it takes to work on themselves, then it's a good chance that you're going to be living a pretty awesome life, right? So what I would like you to do right now is take 10 seconds and connect with 5 people's eyes in this room. 5 people's eyes, look them straight in the eye. Doesn't need to be too weird or intimate. Alright, we'll be doing that later.
No creepy looks.
Say a cheeky hello to them. Okay. Alright guys, you're getting weird now. I know I told them that Brisbane was a little different, but let's keep it G-rated with those looks. Okay. Although Julian is single, so single ladies in the house. Single ladies in the house. Excellent. All right. We have one US man that is single. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So why I said that about the 5 people we surround ourselves with is because 2 years ago, we went to Vancouver, and most of you know the story. We didn't have the money to get there. We decided a week out. Clint came out after this conference call and he was like, babe, I'm going to Vancouver in a week. And I was like, okay. I'm like, well, I want to go as well. And I was like 26 weeks pregnant. We didn't have the money, blah, blah, blah. We had the whole stuff going on. And we're like, all right, well, if we're going to make this happen, then we need to do some pretty crazy shit. And what was epic about that was because we stretched ourselves and we actually saw what was really possible. And who's ever done something before where they have stretched themselves a little bit, where they have gone out of their comfort zone and some pretty epic shit's happened? Okay, awesome. So that's exactly what we did. We're like, all right, we need to get really resourceful, we need to think outside the box, and that's what we did. And it got to the Thursday, our flight was at 8:30, it was 7 a.m, we were driving to the airport, we still didn't have the ticket, right? We wanted to be on the flight, but we didn't have the ticket, yet we were so committed. And it was like, hour and a half before the flight was going, we get the ticket, money lands in our account, we buy the ticket, get to the airport, and they're like, oh, sorry, flight's closing and you don't have a visa for Canada. I'm like, well, fuck, I didn't think of a visa. I was thinking of getting the money together for the plane and the rest of it. I'm like, okay, what can you do? And again, we were, getting resourceful. So they took us to Flight Centre. We got this visa done in 10 minutes, which usually takes 24 hours.
After she gave us this hectic pregnant
death stare. That's what you're going to do when you're pregnant. I was like, you're messing with a 26-week pregnant lady. Not cool. So we get the visa and they're escorting us onto the plane. We're literally running through the airport. I'm like big belly, running through the airport. We get on the plane, they shut the door behind us. We sit on the plane, we're like, oh my God, I can't believe we made it. It was the craziest week of our life. But what we got rewarded with was actually hanging out with the guys that you're going to meet today. And these men are so incredible. We actually got to stay at the same house that Cam was staying at. And I thought Cam would be dropping all this wisdom and all of that, and then I realised he's actually quite a reserved guy. And there was times that he was dropping so much gold, but what I got the most value from being around him was just simply how he showed up and the decisions that he made. And for example, the guys that we were staying with, I previously had never bought more than 1 can of kidney bean at a time, and toilet roll, I never bought more than 2 rolls. Literally, the smallest pack you can get, the 2 rolls. That's the most I bought, right? So I'm at this house in this mansion. All these guys are staying there, and they come in with bulk toilet paper and bulk kidney beans and bulk corn chips. I'm like. Alright, that's only one example, but we really got to be in the energy of how these guys show up and the decisions that they make and what they embodied. And it wasn't even so much what they said, it was just simply who they were. And so since then we were like, how can we not go home and become that person? And 2 years later, this is what's now been created. And I really, owe so much gratitude and thank you and so much to Cam and the rest of the guys, because they are so incredible. Cam is a total genius, and his team, so Joe, Ryan, Jules, they're just incredible. And you guys are really going to get to connect with them today, see how beautiful and heart-centered they are, how funny they are, how handsome they are. And we're gonna have a lot of fun today, Brisbane. We've got a lot of stuff planned for you guys. So I'm excited. I'm going to hand over to Mr. X.
Thanks, darling. You look beautiful today.
Oh, thank you.
Round of applause for Kristie, guys. So I really want you guys to congratulate yourself for being here. Who went through a little bit of a challenge to be here this morning? It's never easy, right? Looking at a whole day, traveling from different cities. Some people have flown interstate. We had someone in Sydney yesterday that flew all the way from Norway. Norway. You couldn't get further away on the planet if you tried.
Go Collins team! Woohoo! She's on our team all the way from Norway.
Yeah, Norway! And so I really want you to recognise that and congratulate yourself on being here, because I understand that it's no small feat. And what I've really seen by, we did Perth and Auckland, Melbourne, Sydney, and what I've really seen is that what we've done and what we've created in the last couple of years has been nothing short of epic. And that's because of you guys. And obviously working with GAZ and working with the leadership, the platform that we have, the products that we have, the compensation plan that we have, and everything that we have, the energy and the vibe that we have, we've created some amazing results. And what I also realize is that we've sort of just been winging it. I definitely know Kristie and I have. Yet, the results have been amazing. But what I've realized over the last couple of weeks, hanging out with the GAZ guys and seeing the curriculum and the content and the vision and where these things is going, and just seeing, like, to be honest, the thing that helps me feel so confident and comfortable and so reassured about where this thing is going and the potential of what we have at our hands right now, and this is really just the beginning, is seeing the leadership team that we have and who we're working with. We have Joe, who's the best of the best. We have Cameron George, who's seen Cameron George? He is an absolute, like Kristie said, he's a wizard when it comes to online marketing and digital marketing, affiliate sales, and manifesting what he desires, and everything he touches turns to gold. And then we have Ryan, who's leading our sales teams. He's done $1 billion in sales. $1 billion, think about it. So if you feel comfortable that someone has done $1 billion in sales is handling this and training the sales team that are looking after your sales. And then we have Jules, who's an epic human, and you guys would have all seen Jules, and he's leading up the marketing campaigns and things, which is going to share awesome stuff that can really be an eye-opener of what's possible and what is created even by marketing here in Australia. And so we really are at the forefront of something amazing. And when I was in Perth, I was in the trough, doing a bit of trough talk. Gentlemen, you understand trough talk? You ladies, you wouldn't understand, but you're at the trough. Trough's like the thing that you wee in. And you're there, you just weeing, and then someone's there, bloke's there, and you're just like, hey mate, how you doing? You have a little conversation. Actually, that gentleman's here, raise your hand. There he is. Sorry, forgive me, sir, what's your name? Lee, that's right, Lee. So I was chatting with Lee, trough talk, nothing weird. And he said to me, he said, are you going to get, this was like after lunch, during lunchtime, he said, are you going to get a photo? And I had planned on getting a photo, and I said, yeah, definitely. He goes, we want to remember this moment. I said, all right, bro, let's do the selfie. I know mine's a little bit bigger, but let's get the photo. You guys took that there, that wasn't where my mind was going. We're talking about the event, the people at the event. We should get a photo of the people in the room, not in the trough, right? So anyway, I said, yeah. I said, why? And he said, well, we have 100 people in the room, and this is something that we'll look back on in a few years' time when we come to Perth and we've got several thousand people in the room, and we'll look back and we'll go, can you remember that day when we had just 100 people in the room when we launched AI? And look at it now. So never underestimate the value of trough talk. Thanks, Lee, for that inspiration. So let's get into the day now. Really play full out. We've got a competition, which I'm not allowed to tell you how you win until a little bit later, but just know there's a competition. And but really be engaged, be present. I noticed in Sydney yesterday that everyone was like a little bit chatty. Let's not be like that. Really, when you come into the room after the breaks, be really present, soak in the information. Treat this like this is a multi-million-dollar business for yourself, because that's what it is. And when you treat it seriously, when you take your business seriously, it will reward you with serious results. So treat that every moment that you hear, every speaker the words that they're saying, really hang on every word and soak it in and absorb it, because it's something that can really have a profound effect on your life if you're really present with it. Is that all?
Good job, mate.
Thanks, honey. Needed that. So I'm now going to introduce our first speaker. And